Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Ben. Thanks for checking out my channel once again. I appreciate all of you that subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit the subscribe button down below. I would super appreciate it. And as always, smash that like button. So anyways, today I wanted to do a little video on a comparison between salespeople and recruiters, and basically the recruiting agency element as a whole, as that's most of what I talk about on this channel. So, I've just been giving a lot of thought to it. I've been in sales for 4.5 years prior to starting my recruiting agency. And so I've got a lot of perspective to put towards this. And I was doing a ton of comparison, and I think that, it was worthy of a video to give to you guys for maybe some food for thought on your Sunday afternoon. So, if you're in sales, you probably have a ton of the necessary skills that it would take to be in recruiting. Influence, persuasion, prospecting, lead generation, that sort of thing. And I think that you probably are very good at that if you're in sales and if you've been in sales for a while. I think that in recruiting, mostly all that we're doing is prospecting and lead generating and qualifying people, whether it be clients or candidates, together, all day long, pretty much, to make deals. And see if we can make a better deal. So that's one element. I think the second element is you're probably motivated. We're all motivated, but salespeople and people that work on commission structures, whether it be commission only or a company enslaving you by a commission structure, it's going to be one or the other. But you're motivated by making deals because that's what makes you money. So I think that's a huge other element that doubles up on recruiting and salespeople. I think that you're probably, incredibly good at, just going in and, identifying and communicating with people that you need to do business with. So mirroring them or understanding their pain points and their needs and being able to work with them on their level. And so I think all of those things align perfectly with what I do myself, running a recruiting agency, and a lot of recruiters who just are recruiters, whether they work at a company or however they do their recruitment. With all that said, I think that, you're probably catching a lot of, skills that mimic each other between the recruiting world and the sales world itself. And I really just wanted to go through a lot of those to kind of make a tight comparison so that you can have that for some food for thought. But you're probably catching on of a little bit of, maybe why I'm doing this video. So the big secret in what I'm trying to convey here is that recruitment is just a whole lot easier. And why do I say that? Okay, because you can make arguments all day long on both sides, and I'd love to see them all in the comment section. Go ahead, go at it. But I think recruitment, even having your own recruiting agency, is a whole ton easier than having a full-time sales position, commission-based, with a base salary. Reason being, I've been in sales, I've sat in that seat, and I've sat in this seat here running my own recruiting agency, and this is a whole ton easier. Overall, you're not simply transacting with someone. You're not just selling them X product and taking X money back and deals done, deals over, and shoving it down their throat. You're playing middleman in the most serious sense of someone would be playing middleman, meaning you're literally going back and forth between a company that you have an agreement with and the candidates that you're attempting to source to work for that company. And so you're emailing back and forth, you're phone calling back and forth to them, what's the base salary? How much will they go higher? Will you take this? Will you do that? Where's the location? Job description, balancing out maybe some perks and benefits to help close and sweeten a deal, things like that. You're simply playing middleman, and you're doing it all from a desk, and you're not running back and forth or anything, and you're just smoothing a deal over by playing middleman. And I think that's the easiest thing in the world at the end of the day when you're going to get a $10,000 commission check for doing so. And whether it be $4,000, $5,000, $10,000, whatever, that workload is a whole ton easier than transacting with someone, shoving something down someone's throat for probably a lot more measly commission. Another huge element is that I think in the recruiting world, there's an element of residuality that's not often present in sales positions. So working with companies, oftentimes you'll create a relationship that could actually make your whole year. I have warehouse clients that I staff warehouse and forklift drivers for often. And these guys, are full-time employees, so they get directly hired through me. And, they need them consistently. So not only is it going to be this month that they need 3 of them, and each one of those is going to be a $3,500 fee, but next month they'll need another 3. The next month after that, they probably will need 3 or 4. And they might have a big push going into summer where they need 6 in a month, going straight for 3 months. I don't know, but it could probably make my entire year. I could probably do $100,000 just on forklift drivers, just because that relationship that I've set up with that company can go that long and be that strong, and that's really huge. And I don't think you have that in transactional sales. I mean, even in car sales, people try to leverage such and such a dealership has great rapport with me, and I buy all my cars there. Well, how often do you buy a car there? I mean, you probably bought your car there. They're not going to sell your wife a car for probably another 3 years, right? So at any rate, I just don't think the residuality is there that there is in recruiting. So, and as always, when you're in recruiting as it pertains to candidates, you're basically simply telling someone about a new opportunity. You're not selling them anything. So, when you contact a candidate and you speak with them, you're really just conveying a possible opportunity, telling them about a job description, compensation, location, and giving them an opportunity to do something new, possibly to leave something that they hate, a job that they're currently in. I don't know about you, but I've never been offended when someone's contacted me about a new position, a new job that might be a new opportunity that could be something that I would be, extremely interested. So let's kind of get back to that whole piece of the smooth brokership rather than the transactional, like shoving down someone's throat type of deal. Because I think that's the key here. And I think that's what really makes everything so much easier, because sales versus recruiting, I think, there's nuance on the skill, but I think that recruiting is a lot easier, as I've said. And for the most part, like I've laid out, the skills you have are extremely applicable. Lead generation, persuasion, influence, motivated by money, being able to keep a long-term relationship and derive residuality out of it, possibly making your whole year just by working with one or 2 companies, even if it took you 3, whatever. There's 3 relationships that could make your entire year, rather than, 150 customers that you have to sell a widget to make a commission that would be measly compared to, the hundreds of thousands of dollars you can make in recruiting, which is very realistic, and I see it all the time, and have experienced it myself last year when I began. So the piece of it that I think that I really want to hone in on and close out here with is that I think salespeople, you're just underutilizing yourself. I think you're underutilizing your own skills and yourself for a company that's not giving you back what you deserve. So if you're a killer salesperson, top rep, President's Club, yada, yada. And I was just having a conversation with someone about this, but if you're going to President's Club, if you are top rep, if you're in the top 5 out of 300 salespeople every single month or whatever it may be, you're probably massively underutilizing your skills. And I'm not here to even say that you should specifically go straight to recruiting. Yeah, I kind of am, but you should go to real estate, or you should go somewhere else, or you should think about how your skills are being utilized and what you're being actually rewarded for and what you're being given. Because I've been in sales and sat in that seat for 4.5 years, and I learned a ton. I learned a ton about persuasion, lead gen, motivation, and all about how business works, people skills. But the biggest thing that I learned overall, 4.5 years, is that I was a cog in a corporate wheel that just kept the company spinning and generated them tons of revenue, and myself a measly amount of revenue that I was, deserving more of. So ultimately, that's my message to you on Sunday afternoon here. go in to work on Monday and quit your job and start a recruiting agency? Not really, but maybe. So just some food for thought, salespeople. Take that to heart. Maybe watch this again and kind of think about it. But don't ever underutilize yourself in any capacity, whether we're talking about sales and recruiting or whether we're talking about just anything. Don't ever underutilize yourself because you're worth probably 10 times what you think you're worth, and probably more than that. So that's what I'm going to leave you with, guys, today. I will catch you on Monday, and that's it. Peace.